Hi, welcome back to A Novel Lunch. My name is Pamela S. Thibodeau. I am your writing coach, and today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about copyright protecting your work. Now, I am not a lawyer, so before we get started, let's make it plain and clear. I am not a lawyer. You can speak to an entertainment lawyer or a lawyer that can give you this advice. You can join the Alliance of Independent Publishers or Ally. They have information about copywriting your work. I'm just speaking to you from my experience. Okay. When I started writing over 40 years ago, they had what was called a poor man's copyright. Now, this is where you printed out your book, you mailed it to yourself, and you left it unopened. It was proof that you own the copyright to this work. Now, that did nothing to help me in this latest issue, which was the lawsuit not too long ago against companies that had AI that allowed ebooks to be downloaded into AI programs for training. Lots of authors who had copyright protected their work and it was listed at the Library of Congress were compensated for their work that was used. I was not. Some of my work was used, but I was not able to get compensation because they were not listed at the Library of Congress. So if you are going to independently publish your work, please take the steps necessary to copyright protect your work. You go online, go to the Library of Congress, go through the website, and it's a simple process. You do it all online now. Now, a word of caution, if you have a project that you change the name. For instance, I have a book coming out this month called Giving on Purpose, How 30 Days of Conscious Giving Can Change Your Life. When I started that book, when I wrote the initial premise, the initial first draft of that book, I called it the Giving Journal because it is a journal project. And I copyright protected it under that before I started pitching it to agents and editors because it is very unique. There's nothing like it out there on the market today. So now that it's ready for publication and I changed the name, I had to go through a process and pay a fee to have that record corrected. So if you're going to change the title or you think you're going to change it, wait till you're ready for publication and you know your titles is set and everything else and do it at that point. If you're pitching a unique project to agents and publishers and you want to copyright protect it, understand that if the title gets changed, there will be a fee to correct that record. Now, it's not a big deal. It's easy to do. Again, it's all online now. It doesn't take long and it's done. Another thing I want to mention, if you have a song that you're using for a book, for instance, I have a devotional that's parallels the love of God based on the lyrics of the song, The Rose. I had to get permission to use those lyrics. Again, it's all online. You find out the publisher of the song, you contact them, you do the paperwork, you tell them how you're going to use it and all this kind of stuff. License is normally limited. I've continued to contact them every so often, however, it comes up in my contract to get permission to leave the book out on the market. Again, these are simple things that you can do to protect your work. You are the author, you are the creator of the work, and you want to protect it. And then you want to follow the rules, especially using, for instance, I use the entire song for this devotional. Now, there is a simple phrase called copyright usage. It's a basic, if you're using just a little bit or whatever. I'm not getting into all that because there's always loopholes and legal technicalities, and I'm not getting into that. Be smart, protect your work is what this video is about. Now, if you're going the traditional route with a romance or a cozy mystery or, the traditional publishing route, most of the larger publishers will copyright protect your work in your name. A lot of the small press publishers do not. Watch your contract. Check your contract carefully. Make sure if they copyright the work with the Library of Congress that the work is copyrighted in your name and not the name of the publisher, because that means they own the title and everything with it. So this is contractual stuff. I am not an attorney. I suggest that if you do the traditional route and you get contracts, that you have an attorney to check over that for you to make sure that you're protected. If you're independently publishing, take the steps. It's all yours. Do what you have to do to protect your work. I hope this video was beneficial, and I hope you enjoyed it. There's not a document for this. Again, just go to the Library of Congress and copyright your work. If you enjoy this content, I ask that you like, subscribe, and share it with others. If you'd like to support a novel lunch, there's a link to do so in the show notes. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, my email is in the show notes as well. I hope you have a great day, and I look forward to visiting with you again. Next week, we're going to have another interview. Until then, take care and write happy.